I didn't plan on driving to the cabin that night. It just happened. Anger has a way of steering your hands before your mind catches up. The road was empty, wet, winding, cruel. My parents' old cabin waited at the edge of the woods like a ghost that still had something to say. They'd left it to me after they died. The cabin. The rotting, termite-bitten skeleton of a home. My brother got everything else, the house, the accounts, the business. He smiled at the will reading, then patted my shoulder like a charity case. "You always loved the woods, didn't you?" he said. I laughed in his face then, but I cried later. My boyfriend, Daniel, told me I needed to stand up for myself. 2 days later, he was gone too. Said he couldn't love someone who didn't fight back. He found someone who did, my brother's assistant. So yes, when I drove to that cabin, I was angry, grieving, alone. The porch light flickered as I stepped out of the car. I hadn't been here in years. The air smelled of pine, rot, and regret. When I opened the door, dust spiraled through the flashlight beam like ghosts dancing in silence. The cabin was empty. Almost. On the table sat a box. My father's handwriting scrawled across it, "For when the truth needs to be known." Inside were folders, documents, financial statements, photos. My brother's face stared back at me from every page. Shell companies, false transfers. He'd been stealing from my parents for years, bleeding them dry while pretending to be the dutiful son. They'd known, and they'd left the evidence with me. That was the moment I stopped being the quiet one, stopped being the afterthought, stopped being the girl everyone assumed would stay silent. I read every page that night. I memorized dates, accounts, names. The next morning I went home and smiled at myself in the mirror. It was the first time my smile looked dangerous. I didn't go to the police, no. Justice doesn't live in courtrooms. It lives in timing. My brother's company, our father's company, technically, was expanding. Investors were coming in. Reputation mattered more than money now. So I started visiting, bringing coffee, helping his assistant, my ex's new lover, with paperwork. They were polite, nervous. They thought pity was kindness. It wasn't. It was opportunity. I planted questions in the right ears, hints that the books didn't quite add up. Whispers spread faster than truth. Then I accidentally sent the wrong email to the investors, one with attached files from that box. Not all of them, just enough to rot the foundation. The rest I saved for later. When the board froze his accounts, he called me. His voice trembled through the phone. "Sarah, someone's framing me." "Framing you?" I said softly. "That sounds awful." He didn't catch the tone. He never did. Daniel came next. He called too. Said he missed me. Said he wanted to talk. I let him. I met him at the same cabin where it began. He stood there, hands in pockets, guilt hiding behind concern. "I made a mistake," he said. "You didn't deserve what happened." I smiled. "No, I didn't." He sighed, relieved. "Maybe we could—" "You're late," I interrupted. He blinked. Late for what? The sound of tires on gravel cut through the air. My brother's car, right on time. They didn't know I'd called them both. Didn't know they were walking into the same room. Daniel's face paled when my brother stepped inside. My brother's jaw clenched when he saw Daniel. And I just stood there, holding the folder. I dropped it on the table between them. The papers spilled out. Numbers, signatures, photos. Their secrets, naked and undeniable. My brother grabbed a sheet, eyes widening. You stole these?" I tilted my head. "You stole first." Daniel stammered, "What's happening?" I looked at him. "He's going to lose everything. And you're going to watch him fall, just like I watched you both walk away." My brother lunged for the documents, but I stepped back. "I already sent them," I said. "Every investor, every partner, Every bank. By morning, you'll be a name they whisper about. Nothing more." He froze. His voice cracked. "Sarah, please." "Funny," I said. "That's exactly what I said when you took everything that was mine." Daniel looked between us, realizing he was standing in the crossfire. He tried to speak, to reason, to charm his way out. But I'd already decided his part. I'd left one folder in his name, emails, transfers, proof of his help covering my brother's tracks. He didn't know that yet. When I walked out, neither of them followed. They were too busy realizing the walls were caving in. I didn't need to see it. I'd already pictured it 100 times. By morning, the headlines broke. Fraud, embezzlement, 2 names tied together in ruin. My brother vanished from the company. Daniel deleted his accounts. I moved back to the cabin, the one they all pitied me for. Rebuilt it piece by piece. It wasn't falling apart anymore. Neither was I. Sometimes I sit on the porch and think about that.